I just don't think Meghan would want to curtsy to Kate.
I don't think she would either. I don't think she would even if she had to. Sorry.
So Meghan Markle was not in attendance at the coronation for King Charles, so many people are convinced that she snuck in this disguise.
Enhance. 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 Enhance.
There's a lot of misinformation out there about the royal family,
Are you Harry's father?
No, I'm not.
but there's some myths that just persist.
Do you still think the royal family were shape-shifting lizards?
Yes, I do.
How do you sort fact from fiction?
Yes, I have actually watched The Crown.
Do you fact check it while you watch it?
And The Crown has made it so much worse because it blends fact with fiction so well.
Well, I'm sure a clarification will soon be forthcoming.
But we're here to bust the most enduring royal myths.
And sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction.
You've got 45 seconds to answer each question.
I'll try my best.
Now, it's often been said King Charles gets 7 boiled eggs cooked for him every morning, lines them up, taps them, and then eats the one that's perfect. Is this true? Please let this be true.
Sorry, it's false. It's false. So the story goes that back in 2006, Jeremy Paxman, who's a really well-known journalist, wrote a book in the UK, and he said that according to one of Charles's friends, after a hard day's hunting, Charles would come home, sit down at his dining table, and his butler would present him with these multiple eggs that had all been cooked to a different doneness. And it's simply not true, and we know because Charles has told us. So his old website, before he became king, had a frequently asked questions section, and it actually knocked this particular myth on the head.
I think I've been poisoned by my constituents! Oh my God! Can I offer you a nice egg in this trying time? Yeah.
So if he doesn't eat 7 eggs, what does Charles usually eat?
It's a bit of a weird diet. So supposedly he eats breakfast, but then he doesn't eat lunch, but he has afternoon tea every day with Queen Camilla. So he's not eating lunch, but he's having a piece of cake every day.
Why not?
Yeah. If you're king, do whatever the hell you want.
Of course you do.
That'd be great.
Let them eat cake.
Let them eat recycled cake, because he keeps using the same cake every day until it's gone.
2,000 cakes later.
Finally, monsieur, a waffle thin
Gâteau.
I couldn't eat another thing. I'm absolutely stuffed. Bugger.
Is it the case that heirs can't fly together? For example, could William not fly with George?
Okay, so this one's both true and false. It used to be true, but it's now false. So back in the day, when air travel wasn't quite as safe, Charles used to have to ask permission from his mother to fly with Prince William. For example, when they came out to Australia when Prince William was a baby. But these days, it's false. We know Prince William flies all the time with Prince George and Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. They've been to Jordan, the Caribbean, France, Scotland. They're getting on planes all the time together. So these days, false.
But I bet they don't fly economy.
Well, they actually do fly discount airlines. Love a cheapie.
Surely the royal family has their own private jet.
Not anymore. The Queen used to have something called the Queen's Flight, but these days they could afford one, but it's not a great look. And you know what? The King and Queen, when they do international travel and they do official travel, they can borrow the same jet the British Prime Minister uses, so it's not too bad.
It's not the same jet we could get on though.
No, we're not getting tickets on that one anytime soon.
I cannot believe I had to fly business class.
And does King Charles have his own toilet seat that travels with him?
Okay, I'm very happy to report this one is true, at least according to Tina Brown in her book, The Palace Papers. She's written that when Charles travels to friends' houses, an aide goes in advance and brings with them his own toilet seat, a bed, and his own supply of toilet paper. So clearly one likes 3-ply.
And he's got his own throne.
Literally, oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Oh dear, it appears I'm out of the 3-ply. God save the king.
And Kate and William, it's a university love story, right? Or is that not true?
Well, they might have fallen in love at university, but there's plenty of evidence to suggest that they'd actually met beforehand. When they were 9, William's school went and played hockey at Kate's school, and there's other reporting to suggest that they'd met each other as teenagers through friends. So they'd certainly probably met each other before they got to university, but it was only at St Andrews that they really fell for each other and this great love story started.
But Kate, didn't she defer so she'd end up in the same year as William?
Yeah, she did. So she'd actually been accepted to Edinburgh University. She was all set to go there with 2 of her best friends, and for some mysterious reason, changed her mind and decided to do a gap year and then go to St Andrews.
Clever, clever Kate.
Changed history.
We have found the witch. May we burn her?
Who do you know she is a witch?
To meet a handsome man, a rich gentleman. It is all I ever hoped for. Will you fall in love with me? Indeed you will. And marry me? And marry you. Rich and handsome. You'll fall in love with me. You'll marry me. Yes, so yes, dear William.
A witch! A witch!
And Meghan Markle, does she now have to curtsy to Kate Middleton?
No, she doesn't. This story does the rounds all the time that Kate, now she's more senior than Meghan, that therefore it would mean that Meghan would have to curtsy to her, and that's just not the case. The rule goes that if you have a His or Her Royal Highness in front of your name, then you don't have to curtsy to each other. The only people that William and Kate and Meghan and Harry and Beatrice and Eugenie, they all have to curtsy to is the King and the Queen.
I just don't think Meghan would want to curtsy to Kate.
I don't know if she actually would curtsy to Kate.
Like, I curtsied as though I was like, pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty.
And King Charles, we know he has some strange ways, but does he really travel with his own supply of blood?
This one is true. So Gordon Rayner, who's a really experienced journalist who's been on dozens of royal tours, has reported that yes, indeed, when the late Queen and Charles used to travel overseas, do big trips, they would travel with not only their own doctor, but that doctor would have supplies of their own blood and a defibrillator just in case the worst happened. And you know, Charles is now 75, so this is probably not the worst idea. So yes, they do travel with their own blood, that is true.
That's like being a vampire or something.
They don't need to drink their own blood because they're probably carrying their own gin as well.
Welcome to my home. Do not put your faith in such trinkets of deceit.
Thank you so much, Daniela. And if you want to see more of Daniela Elsa's work, it's at news.com.au.